This is a sublimation tag. It has the film on this side that you will peel to put your sublimation on, but since we're not sublimating, we are going to use this side. We picked up these sheets from Hobby Lobby, and this is what I was talking about, doing it this way on the sublimation tag. This side is covered with the film, and this is the plain side, and we're going to put it on this plain side. The other one is already painted up and it's drying, but I'm going to use this one here to cut the stencil out for the background. And one thing I like about these sheets is, like I said, you get them. I picked up these from Hobby Lobby, and you get quite a few different patterns, so you can use them for quite a different, projects or whatever you might have in mind. This is just a small portion of the pages, the printed sheets that they have. Like I said, they're not vinyl, they're paper, so we're going to want to make sure we get the edges sealed. So once we put the podge or the resin up there or whatever we're going to use to seal it, we're going to make sure it's on the edge good, and a good barrier of Mod Podge glue or whatever we're going to use to heat it to the plate so that water doesn't get around the edge and seeps down behind the paper, which will ruin your project. So I'm going to line this up. Normally they're 59, 69 cents. These were this size is actually, the large one's 69. But I was able to catch them on sale for 29 cents a sheet. So, Mod Podge. I just want a smooth layer. Place your artwork up there as such. Make sure you get it lined up pretty good. And once it dries, it's going to be in place. Start from the center and work your way out. Just make sure you take your time to smooth it out. Get all the bubbles from under, all the air out. I'm going to put this on. Hopefully this here should be a clear coat. Just spread it on nice and even. Add a little glitter. Just come up high enough off of it and just gently try to shake. A little up there. Okay, for the meantime, I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Okay, so this is what we came up with so far. There's really no right or wrong way I don't believe in doing your own custom design. So there's a whole lot of different little methods that are available for you. So I don't see why not trying them. The next effect would be blotting. I was going to do it the opposite direction and diagonal that we did it, but I figure I'd try this. Because as you see, you can always go over it. Now with the blotting, I like it, but then what I don't like about it is it left little air bubbles trapped down in certain spots. So as I noticed it, I'm coming back now, and while it's a little bit drier than when we first put it on, I'm blotting it again, and I'm noticing that it's taking out those air bubbles. It's giving it a texture look, which I'm hoping is not going to affect the lettering too much. Well, then again, if I put the resin over this, that resin it kind of settles and level things out. So it should make it a pretty smooth, level surface. But this here is blotting the little air bubbles out. I spray some polyurethane on it, and we're going to see how it dries. I just sprayed this first coat and let it sit for as long as it takes to dry. Okay, that's our second coat polyurethane. As far as cutting these out, is just score it under this side. Don't cut it, just score it, and it will cut through the paper. So just lightly score it around all the areas you want cut out on the bottom side. And then we'll flip it and finish cutting it out from the top side. And then just turn it over, and you'll see where your lines are from where you scored it, and just follow them. And if you need it more, then turn it over and do it more. As I go from the top, I'm using a kind of forward down motion with the blade as I cut. And the curves, I'm not turning it, I'm just using that. In the curves, I'm using that kind of twist with a forward down motion. And even with this, you're really not cutting, you're just scoring along the edge to get it cleaned out. And there we have it for the slots. I do like that blotting overall because you don't see the streaks. Epoxy, the resin, it is hardened, it is dry, it is not sticky, it is coat. Now we're going to add the letters, add the second coat, and hopefully get any little divots or low spots out. Being that I've cut them out already and actually cut the letters out, I need to sit them back together. In order to do that, I just take them onto this piece of paper. I'm going to see if we can lift them up and get them onto the plate. So I'm going to put it about there. And hopefully that little bottom piece is down there, but now as I actually look at it, I'm seeing that it doesn't belong there. Okay, this is what I'm looking like in the sunlight. Now when I say seal it, that's basically I'm gonna come and spray some polyurethane over it to on this part. I'm gonna just try plain old Elmer's glue. I'm gonna put a bead around just as wide as that little black border that's going around it, and let's see how it works out. Once you sprinkle some on, I want to just gently pat it into place. As far as a way to make it more of a straight line, I would suggest using tape, taping it off. Okay, so we did the glitter border around it the first time, but if you want to make a straight edge, straighter line for your border, then you can try this method. Just tape it off, and there we're going to put our glue on. So at this point you can put a nice moderate layer because you have that tape now. New paper down. Try to control the glitter a little bit better. And now just sprinkle your glitter on the border. Lightly press it down around the border. Once you have your border set, once you have your glitter on your border, press it down just a little bit, lightly all over. I would suggest go ahead and remove your excess glitter. And at this point, I will go ahead and remove the tape so that the glue doesn't harden and then the tape rips when you're trying to pull it off. And you have yeah, I think I like that border a little better with the lines. It's smoother, and for this application anyway, the line makes a little better. So I'm going to seal this, and once that dry, we'll put resin on it. Okay, now you want to make sure that your surface you're working on is clear of any loose debris. Just pour your resin on, spread it out. You're going to want to make sure it's in a nice level spot so that it will dry evenly, level. This is what our tag is looking like so far. I'm going to try one more for the simple fact that I like the way this turned out, but I can see where the chemicals and stuff altered the color of the letters. Okay, so this is a finished tag. I do like the overall finish, how it turned out. However, I do not like the fact that the polyurethane turned the color of the letters, the whole project actually. It has left it with a yellow kind of hue or yellowish tint, and it has turned our letters from silver to a more golden yellow hue. I hope that clip has been helpful. If you're interested in customizing a license plate using pre-printed paper. However, I will not be using that tag, so we decided to go ahead and break it down, and we made a short clip. Perhaps it will give you some pointers on what to do or what not to do. But most of all, I'd like to thank you for watching, and hopefully it will be helpful.